So guys, women in Plateau State have come out to say that they don't want any checkpoints anymore. That since the military cannot protect them from these Boko Haram members, that they should exit their state. Here say that protesting Plateau women sack military checkpoints over soldiers' failure to foil rising terror attacks. Also here confirms it and said that Plateau State indigenes protest angrily demand exit of Nigerian military in their community, following constant killings by Fulani killers despite military presence. Because there's no need to have military in your community that cannot protect you. We have checkpoints over the whole country, but yet the same road that we have checkpoints, kidnappers come there and they kidnap and go free. Terrorists come there, they kidnap and go free. So now the protesters are saying that they don't want any military anymore in the community since they cannot protect the lives and property of people in that state. Because the main reason why we have checkpoints is to curb insecurity. But in Nigeria today, it has even been exposed allegedly that some military are even working hand in hand with these kidnappers so they can also have their own share from the ransom. These have been exposed before. So they're not saying that they don't want any military in their community. Let them exit their community. Now someone said that any government that rehabilitates terrorists is a terrorist. Netizens blast Tinubu over the release of 700 ex-Boko Haram members into the community. Because we all know that Tinubu government, they pardoned and forgave over 700 plus terrorists back in the community. I mean, terrorists that have been known to be killers, but our government pardoned them. Even the same Boko Haram have come out to give 72 hours to the government to meet their demands, or they will start killing the over 400 women and children they kidnapped in Borno State. And yes, these states have military. These states have people meant to protect them from these kidnappers. But yet, these people have the effrontery to come out and give warning to our government that they have just 72 hours to meet their demands, or they will start killing their victims. This is the height of the insecurity in Nigeria. Meanwhile, guys, watch this video for you guys. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like. I'll see you guys in my next video.
So Boko Haram has given the federal government of Nigeria 72 hours ultimatum that if their demands are not met, they will start unaliving 416 women and children they nabbed in Borno State last week. So they are telling the federal government of concern. They are not telling them. They are demanding that if the federal government, in fact, it's not a demand, it's a threat. Bandits are threatening the federal government of Nigeria, and they are giving them 72 hours. That if they don't do what they ask them to do, if they don't meet their demands, that they will start unaliving those children and those women they nabbed in Borno State last week. Now, they're also threatening the federal government of Nigeria that if they try to send the military to come and rescue those children and those women, it's only going to make matter worse. So to have less casualty, they should do exactly what they requested, what they are asking them to do. Now, this is the thing. What is it that they want from the federal government of Nigeria? Your guess is as good as mine. It can only be money, ransom, motorbikes. What else will it be? But this is the thing also. This is a family affair. Because you collect from Peter, you give it to Paul. Everybody is happy. Is the federal government of concerns are the one causing all this problem in Nigeria. They are the ones napping Nigerians, using Nigerians to make money from themselves. But this is another thing. We are not talking about it. You know why? Because those children are not our children. Those women are not our ladies. They are not our sisters, our mothers. They are not our aunties. They are not our relatives. Those children are not our family members. That is why we are not talking about it. The trauma they are going through has nothing to do with us. We don't care about them because at the end of the day, we don't even care. We care less about human lives in Nigeria. That is why you don't see anybody talking about it as we should talk about it. Everybody is busy talking about Very Dark Man. Mario, whatever, whoever, everybody is busy creating content. Very Dark Man is the distraction. Very Dark Man is the problem in Nigeria. But when it has to do with human being, human life, none of you would show up. None of you will be visible. None of you will be seen. When human beings are being unalived, when people are being pied, when people are being napped like chicken, nobody will talk. But if Very Dark Man had made a video about that, everybody will have an opinion. Everybody will say something. 416 human beings. Bandits are threatening the government that if they don't act within 72 hours, they will start firing them for head. And you and I know they will do it. They will do it. If the government don't do anything. But we know the government will pay. You know why? Because the government are the ones sponsoring it. The government are the one. Now them, it's a family affair. It's a family business. They're using their lives and emotions and well-being of Nigerians to make money. It's a shame. I wish you people can talk about this, to be honest. Raise awareness. Let's talk about it, because those people are human beings too. They are human beings. It could be anybody. Because it's not you today doesn't mean it won't be you tomorrow.
Who sold Nigeria? How did a person like Pantami end up being in charge of our national data? How? Somebody who is a self-confessed terrorist became our Minister for Technology in charge of our national database. How? How? Who sold Nigeria? And me and you, we kept quiet. And then, when Buhari was done, he sold Nigeria as well. He sold it to Tinubu. This is very simple. Look all around you. Every law was compromised to make Tinubu the president of Nigeria. His pedigree didn't matter to the president. His educational background did not matter. He had to be the president. The sovereignty of this country was sold to make Tinubu the president of Nigeria. Laws be damned. Morality be damned. And it's not just the judiciary who sold Nigeria to Tinubu. Where are the elders of this country? Where are they? Where are they? The political class, or should I say crass, where are they? Where are they? Who is speaking? A president is awarding a contract with a no-bid contract at an unheard of price, at an outrageous sum, outrageous in the extreme, 2 point something. I can't even wrap my brains around the figures any longer. But nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. Nigeria has become Tinubu's property to do with as it pleases. What has Obasanjo said about it? Please, what have you heard from Abdulsalam Abubakar? Which one of your pastors have talked about the coastal road? How much have they collected out of it? Why are they all quiet? Nigeria is the way it is. Something that outrageous has happened that everybody who once spoke have kept quiet. Quiet. It's not even about us imagining things. It is about us being told. We're told routinely. In a country that has over 20 million children out of school. In a country where people cannot go to their farm. In a country that cannot even secure its own border, where somebody was Achi, I think that, Venerable Achi was kidnapped with his wife and daughter. Ransom was paid, but they killed this man in front of his wife and daughter, who must have been serially raped by now by these monsters. That country had hundreds of children in terrorist custody. The same terrorists who were phoned to release children, the same terrorists Bayo Ononuga told us they have their numbers, they can talk to them, who couldn't be spoken to. How absurd do you get? Hundreds of children in their custody, but this country has enough firepower to go and stop a coup. No problem. On whose authority? We have decades of non-alignment in our foreign policy, but overnight, Tinubu, a president lacking in legitimacy or popular mandate, he had been thwarted in his attempt at attacking Niger, thanks to David Ubeyin and whoever leaked that memo, this man, within hours of a coup, could mobilize our Air Force and our special forces into Benin Republic. Before the dust of that one is even clear, under very opaque circumstances, our Air Force jet is grounded in Bobo Dioulasso or wherever in Burkina Faso with our airmen detained, and they are still busy lying. Who sold Nigeria to Tinubu? That none of you can even talk. Nobody is asking questions, and before the dust is even settled, they are talking about our fathers fought against the sale of Nigerian sovereignty to Britain, who was our colonial master, the original owner of Nigeria, who actually paid a price, purchased it. Our fathers fought and ensured that these people could not, under any stretch of the imagination, bring that defense pact to fruition. But this generation is sitting down. A president forced on the country is selling our sovereignty brazenly. Our tax records, supposedly anonymized, would be shared with another country. Does this make any sense? Who sold this country? Who sold it? Who sold this country? How much was it sold for? Can we redeem it? Is it possible to redeem it? I don't understand exactly where we are, to the point where we do not seem to understand that these unilateral and opaque decisions that explains nothing to anybody, not even a pretense at carrying along the rubber stamp legislative hand. Does it make any sense that we, who are the victims, sit on the fringe whilst decisions are taken, impacting our interest and the interest of our children, the future of everybody, and we just keep quiet? Let me tell you when you become complicit. When citizens refuse to be informed, even if you are victims, to be freed, you must be informed. When information is weaponized against you, when poverty is weaponized against you, but you voluntarily refuse to be informed, you sold Nigeria. When you refuse to participate in the political process, flawed as it is, you failed Nigeria. You sold it. When you fail to demand accountability and transparency, when you find reasons to be silent in the face of evil, it is time now, our money is our own, you failed Nigeria, you sold it. When you refuse to challenge impunity, you sold Nigeria. When you fail to confront, you sold Nigeria. When you laugh and applaud evil because it's happening to somebody you happen not to like, you sold Nigeria. So the persons who sold Nigeria are many and they are varied.
I just told you here that the Nigerian government is complicit in this insecurity. The way they are treating these terrorists and the way they are talking with them shows that yes, they are partners in business. This latest order, how far can it go? The previous order, what effort, what did it bring to us? I can bet my last couple that the people doing all this in Niger State are the same people that kidnapped those Catholic students and later released them. They are the same group of people within that vicinity, that Niger State. They are the same people operating. So if you do not take them down the first time, You did not take them down the second time. You did not even take them down the third time. Is it this one now that you are going to, what are you going to do now that you have not done before? Eh? Well, you have brought the other previous one, what did you do? That's the question. These are just for the optics. It's not as if anybody is going to do anything. The bandits and terrorists are acting with impunity because they know that, yes, they have support somewhere. That's why they are not bothered. It is unfortunate that a region that is lacking behind in education is suffering this type of menace, and they are treating it with kid glove. If you want to open school in areas that are not under attack, of what use is it? Are they not supposed to be following a syllabus? Eh? So the syllabus will be running in another part of the state, while in the other one they are at home. Let them stop this thing for God's sake. It is stoppable. This insecurity, it is stoppable for God's sake. If they can bring sincerity of purpose, I don't see how terrorists can defeat the whole Nigeria. But because of insecurity, the very people who claim that they are fighting insecurity are the ones helping the terrorists, are the ones in bed with them, are the ones collaborating with them. Eh? They are the ones, giving them all the privileges that they want. So, how can you say you are fighting insecurity? Eh? When you are giving them money for every kidnap, why wouldn't they continue to fester? In Niger State alone, between last week and now, is over 3, adoptions. 3. And then killings. So, how can you tell me that people are serious over this matter? They have reduced Nigeria to nothing. In fact, Nigeria is worthless from the look of things, where terrorists are now dictating to government what they want and what they do not want. And government officials are pampering them, engaging them in phone calls, discussing with them and all that. It's so sad, seriously. I never thought that this would get this bad under APC. Government is not telling us the truth about this matter. Whenever they want to appease the public, they will issue a statement that they killed 200 of them. Meanwhile, we cannot say anybody. No body bags. They just say it. So, on what ground will I now believe them? Is it not on record that the one they managed to overpower, the one that our security agents managed to overpower, within weeks, they are rehabilitated back into the military, into civilian lives and all that. They are being pampered. They sew uniforms to them and all that. Is that not on record? Or is that one too a propaganda? So when you keep treating them like that, on what ground will I now support you that yes, you want to actually exterminate them? Is that not why more and more are coming into Nigeria? One terrorist group after another, they just walk into Nigeria and they open shop, establish their business and start operating. How many of them are operating here now? That is, let me just be generous with the number. At least 7 terrorist organizations operating on Nigerian soil now. What does that tell you? How did they come in here? Is it not government and their policy that open our border and say they should come in with $200? They will give them visa. So what exactly, what other evidence are you looking for to tell you that government is complicit in this matter? The way they are treating these people is more than enough to tell you that yes, they are working with them. So I'm not amused. I don't believe in what they are telling me. Until they do the needful, you and I will see, we will know that yeah, government is serious here. Donald Trump that came in, didn't you see? That is a man that is serious about something. He didn't waste time. He took action. Under 1 month of discussion, the man bombarded everywhere. And you are telling me that government is there. Let them come and meet me and tell me that story. Sheikh Gumi, who have been hobnobbing with the terrorists and all that, telling us, in fact, threatening the whole country. They banned him from coming into Saudi Arabia. But in Nigeria, the man is gallivanting all over the place, making statements. Nobody have arrested them. Nobody have said anything. Please, my dear, leave that thing. They know what they are doing. They know what they are. When they are serious, you and I will see it. The metaphor for this insecurity is Plateau and Benue, where foreign terrorists entered Nigeria, took parts of Benue and Plateau, sacked the villagers, and sent them into IDP camp, and they occupied those villages. They renamed it, and they are living in people's home, ancestral home, as I talk to you now. Is that one false? Is it true or false? Tell me. Is it true or false? These are the people you swore to protect when you are taking your oath of office. Foreign terrorists, they came in here, took part of Nigeria and established their presence there. And you, the government, you don't even bother. You are not even, they have been there. It's getting to 10 years now. These people have been there. In another person's house. What kind of arrogance and impunity is that? And you call yourself a government, Abi? So you want to tell me that government is not aware? The Arnold, Michael Arnold, that American man that came here, he said he saw over 600,000 people in those IDP camps. Nigerian citizens. This is Benue that's supposed to be the food basket of Nigeria. Then the real farmers are in IDP camp. How do they farm? And then foreign terrorists, foreign. Because these people are not from Nigeria. If they are from Nigeria, they will not take over another person's home when their own house is there. That action alone will tell you that they are not from here. And you are telling me that government is what? Government is doing what? So they have not seen those people, Abi. They have not heard, Abi. What are those Benue people doing in IDP camp? Is that their home? Tell me, is that their home, IDP camp, in your own country?
It's not funny anymore because there's no need of having military checkpoint and then we are still facing insecurity. Then what are they doing there? This is why the Plateau women came out and protested that they don't want any checkpoint anymore. It's better that our states don't have any military than we have military, and then we are still suffering insecurity and attack by this same terrorist that was released by our own federal government. I mean, our own federal government released terrorists back in the community, all in the name that they have repented. But they could not even release nnamdi Kanu ever since he was arrested by Buhari's government. Till today, instead they took him to Sokoto prison. What do you call that? This is actually injustice, because there's no way you should forgive somebody that we have seen with gone. Because the terrorists now, they don't hide their face, they show their face, they come on TikTok, they do give away with money that they took as ransom. We have seen the military display their bikes, display the money they've gotten for ransom. They've displayed millions of naira that was gotten as ransom. What have our government done about it? Nothing. Rather, our own defense minister, our own NSA went ahead to call them our brothers, that they are also human beings, that they can be forgiven. But why can't you forgive nnamdi Kanu that you called a terrorist just because he was seeking for the division of Nigeria, for his people to go? That was the only crime of nnamdi Kanu, and they called him a terrorist. But here we have the real terrorists being pardoned by our own government. Meanwhile, guys, this can really happen in Nigeria. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. I'll see you guys in my next video.